Let's take a look at the old draft order, courtesy of Tankathon. And not surprisingly, after the Lions lost by 200 points to the Eagles, they're currently sitting atop the old they got the first overall pick here. Then it's followed by the Texans, almost equally as terrible team who somehow won a football game. Debo's Eagles have the Dolphins pick at number 3. I suppose the good news for the Dolphins, there are no good quarterbacks in this draft class that probably take that high, so you're not losing out on Trevor Lawrence, for example, but still, no one expected the Dolphins, especially Brian Flores, I would imagine, to be a one-win team. Followed by the Jaguars, Giants, Washington, Jets, and then Debo's Eagles legitimately have the 8th pick, but they're working their way down the draft board according to Debo anyway. So, Josh, I'll start with you. If you're the Lions, and I was on HQ on Monday with Brady Quinn, and I have Kayvon Thibodeau going number 1 overall. It's almost a knee-jerk reaction at this point. Let's say you're the Lions and you're not taking Thibodeau. Who are you targeting there?
Oh, man, that's tough. I think you would give consideration to a quarterback, but for any of these quarterback-needy teams, I think the exercise that I go through on a weekly basis is prospect X, is prospect Y that much of a better option for you than Jared Goff?
Right.
Which, Jared Goff is a serviceable quarterback. He's had his good, he's had his bad. I think that's a lot of what you get with this quarterback class this year as well. You get a little bit of good, you get a little bit of bad. I don't think there's a Trevor Lawrence or a Joe Burrow to where you're confident in taking a quarterback number 1 overall. So Thibodeau would be the only option for me, but I guess you could consider Derek Stingley as well, because Jeff Okudah has not lived up to the expectations thus far. He's battled injuries a little bit.
They should make Jeff Okudah announce that pick.
Yeah, that would be tough. That'd be like inviting a quarterback to your draft party, knowing that you're going to take a quarterback, like the Bears did with Mitchell Trubisky. But I'd say probably Stingley would be the one that I consider. But to me, it's still kind of a slam dunk that you take Thibodeau if you're not seriously in the quarterback market.
Yeah, I feel like it's the safest pick. It feels like he is not Chase Young in terms of projection and production to this point. But in terms of that draft 2 years ago, before Joe Burrow came out of nowhere, it felt like Chase Young, everyone was consensus on him. And I think Thibodeau's safe in that sense. Let me ask you this, Traps. Lions, Texans, Dolphins, Jaguars. Of those 4 teams, who is your front runner to get that number 1 overall pick? Is it still the Lions? Because I'm still on the Dan Campbell train, even though, the train hit a mountain last week.
Yeah, I would say that it's probably the Houston Texans. I think their organization just is the most dysfunctional, even more so than the Lions at this point. I'm with you. I mean, Dan Campbell is kind of that old school guy, like running his team like it's the mid-90s, but he is super emotional. They are really behind him. I think they can squeak out a win or 2 down the stretch. And as for the Houston Texans, just really quickly, to trade Charles Omenihu, like a young pass rusher who's playing really well, like that makes absolutely no sense to me. They are going to get Tyrod Taylor back soon, but I think the Texans are probably the team. And maybe it's due to a tiebreaker that ultimately ends with the first pick.
Yeah, Tyrod Taylor being injured hasn't helped that team. He has the worst luck when it comes to health-related issues and sort of odd injuries that sideline him. Last year, of course, was the punctured lung that led to Justin Herbert being Justin Herbert. And this year, they didn't look terrible when he was in there the first week and a half of the season. And Davis Mills is a rookie playing behind on a terrible football team, and Davis Mills might be good. It's really hard to tell because I would imagine Aaron Rodgers would struggle on this Texans team, and he would be driving Charles Omenihu to the Northern California right now as we speak if that were his situation.